because we need to dive into this because I don't want to do a 2.5 hour live stream. I'm going to do our usual hour and a half. So, Chanel Allure Homme Sport Superleggera, I've been eagerly wanting to try this fragrance. I'm glad to finally have a sample. Thank you, Miss Heather, for hooking a brother up. This is a Dillard sample. Shout outs to Dillard's in Jacksonville, Florida. Let's see what we're working with here. I've looked at the notes before. I just don't remember them. It smells familiar. Out in the air, smells familiar. Give it a second. It has a familiarity, but a supreme likability. This is as mass appealing gets right here. It's pretty hard to not like something that smells like this. They didn't reinvent the wheel here. It smells like it belongs in the Allure Homme Sport category. Allure Homme I haven't smelled, but Allure Homme Sport, Sport Eau Extreme. Why am I drawing a blank on the Edition Blanche? I've tried the EDP, not the EDT. Cologne Sport. I believe that's all the ones I've tried. It's in line with the bunch. It's a very zesty citrus. Musky, clean, zesty, has that cologne smell to it. You know, again, this is not reinventing the wheel. This is an easy go-to. I'm sure it's got a very high compliment factor. I can see the likability on this one being on par with everything else that's known as a compliment getter. It doesn't wow me, though. It's the done to death type of thing, but it is really good. I'm not saying I wouldn't like to get a bottle. Depends. It depends on what I could get a bottle for. Honestly, and this may be controversial, I think Eau Extreme's better. I think Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme's a little bit better. I'd rather get a bottle of that. I've been procrastinating for years on getting a bottle of that. And then now that I got the Gritty Rebellion, it's a dead ringer for it. So I'm not going to get it. There's no point in buying it. This does smell really good, though. It's clearly a great fragrance. I can't see anybody being disappointed buying it. But I don't feel like I have to add it. That's about the ratings I expected. Citrus, fresh, woody, aquatic, floral, white musk, grapefruit, cedarwood, mandarin orange, patchouli, sandalwood. Olivier Polge, Allure Homme Sport, Missoni Wave, Versace Pour Homme, Aventus Cologne even. And then Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. Even a little Sauvage. That kind of makes sense. Because it does smell like it's got some ambroxan. Whether they list it or not, it smells like it's got ambroxan. That's what's kind of giving it that zest. That high, that, you know, muted ambroxan they're not listing. I think it's really good. It's not reinventing the wheel. If you have all of those, you have something somewhat similar. Or if you have any of those, I should say, not just all of those. But some of us have all, like I literally have Wave, Pour Homme, Aventus Cologne, and Sauvage just out of that list of 6. Because if you have Missoni Wave, you have Allure Homme Sport, they're almost identical. They're not the same. Or if you have Cosmic Pepper, you have a pepper-heavy Allure Homme Sport. And Sarah Cosmic Pepper is very similar. You see what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of redundancy out there for a profile like this. This is not what I think we needed from Chanel. It was a safe play. People are going to like it. People are going to buy it. People are going to enjoy it. They're going to get compliments from it. And if you get compliments from it, you're going to fucking praise it like it's the greatest thing to come out. Tell me you're not. And I don't just mean one person. I mean a lot of you. Me too. Look, if I go wearing this and we go out in the world and 3 or 4 people compliment how I smell, it gives it bonus points. It's just a fact. A fragrance starts getting complimented, it gets bonus points. Fragrance never gets complimented unless you're just wearing it for yourself. If you're wearing it for your own personal experience, you're not concerned with if it ever gets a compliment. But if you're out there fishing for them and you expect it and you don't get them, now it becomes trash, right? It's just the reality for most people. It's not everyone watching this. It's not everyone out in the world. It's just, that's a thing. I know y'all can agree with me on that. That's a thing. This is going to have a high compliment. I think the probability is good on this one. I'm sure a lot of you that have smelled it or have it would agree with it. Probably a lot of you that have it have gotten your fair share of compliments with it. It does smell really good. It does. I will not be buying a bottle. Not now, anyways. Like, I'm not like, oh shit, need to add this to the collection. It doesn't do that to me. I'd rather get Eau Extreme. And I already have a fragrance that's a dead ringer for it. That's a niche fragrance, Gritty Rebellion. So it's technically have Eau Extreme. And I have half of what people are saying it smells similar to, which there are elements of each of those fragrances present here. So I agree. I think it's a 7.75 out of 10 is my first impressions. Very good, bordering great. I can't quite make it great because it doesn't like captivate me to the point to where it's like, if it had less redundancy to so many things, it would be an easy 8. But that quarter point, I don't know why I couldn't get that out. That quarter point drop off, I think, is fair. 7.75, still very good, bordering great based on my rating scale in particular. Some people may look at 7.75 as, oh, it must be trash if it's not a 9 or a 10. No, 9s and 10s are special here on this channel, guys. Very, very fucking special. And again, it's just my opinion. Some of you may feel like I'm crazy. This is an easy 9 for you. It's a 10 out of 10. All good. I see where people would come to that conclusion, especially if you're out there getting some compliments with it. No two ways about it. It's definitely going to turn into a 10 for a lot of people because of something like that. So citrus, musk, a little spice, watery, fresh, has that cologne smell, that enjoyable, like a modernized 90s fragrance. Kind of what it smells like to me. If I was to wrap it up in a bottle here, it's a modernized 90s fragrance because of the ambroxan. That's what it smells like to me. It's really good. It's really good. I'm glad I got to try it first. I was not wanting to boldly blind buy a bottle because I kind of had a feeling this was going to be the case. That's why I have waited and waited and waited until I could just get a sample. Now, would I be mad if I had a bottle? No, because I'd wear it. I'd wear it here and there. I got a ton of redundancy, but if I can avoid it when it's next level like this, I'll make an effort too, especially for the price point. Because we're talking mid to upper 100s for a fragrance that I got a bunch of. Be different if I could get it for $90. Yeah, I'd definitely buy a bottle. If I get this for $90, I would buy it without $90-$100. I'd buy it without hesitation, honestly. Now we start eclipsing 150, 60, 70, 80 range. Do I really need it? I have so much that smells pretty much like it. That's a no. 7.75 though. It's good. And let me see who's mad at me for saying that. Because there's a real probability. Not possibility, probability. Only like that. And so I'm guessing that means you're saying you only like this one and Bleu de Chanel Parfum. That's the only Chanels you like. Because really, when it comes to the Allure Homme Sport fragrances, you don't need more than one. I mean, the cologne, it's its own thing. It doesn't smell just like, it's more like a highly complex version of your own cologne. Like, it's way better. It's got a lot more going on. Chanel Allure Homme Sport, Eau Extreme, Edition Blanche. You don't really need all of them. If you got one of them, you got the majority of the profile. And that's what I feel like here. Like, I've got so much that does this that that's why I don't think I need it. It's no denying it smells great. Stereotypical mass appealing blue fragrance, though. Kind of basic. Pretty straightforward. I bet the trail's great on this one. I bet it smells great in the trail. I totally believe it. I bet I'm about to have somebody that tells me they get multiple compliments every time they wear it. I totally believe it too. Now that's got something special going on for it. This Superleggera can't touch something like Boss Bottled Absolute to me. It's just my opinion, of course. That's phenomenal. Hugo Boss, they've been last couple of years, they've been really doing it up. It was nice. Not sure about buying it though. Very common sort of scent. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's done to death. Yeah, this was the first one. Citrus like a mug. That's what I'm talking about. I heard it was limited too. See, I'm with you on that. I think the Eau Extreme is the best one, which this is very similar to, but I think the Eau Extreme's actually got more going on. I think it's even more likable, hence why I think it's great. Yeah, absolutely. You could spray this every day and be happy. This is Signature scent, if somebody just wants one fragrance that's going to smell good, going to go with everything, people are going to tell you smell nice on occasion at minimum. I'm sure it performs really good too. Oh, I know what you meant. I know you meant best on the line, but yeah, it's signature scent kind of stuff. Marty, good to see you, sir. I am doing well. Yeah, it doesn't like captivate me to where it's like, got to get this one. A little bit. So Missoni Wave's more aquatic and sweeter, just like Allure Homme Sport. Allure Homme Sport and Missoni Wave are more aquatic and sweeter than this. This is more, I think, more the musky side of it. Yeah, it's not as aquatic, but there's still strong similarity there. I would say Missoni Wave specifically, this is like 70-80% of Missoni Wave's profile. Believe it or not, this smells more chemical, more chemically synthetic than Missoni Wave, as weird as that may sound. And it's probably because of the extra sweetness smooths it out a little bit with Missoni Wave. This is, like I said, this is more like that musky cologne type of smell, like the typical smells like a cologne type of profile, almost like kind of that cologne smell you get from Percival without all the additional spice. You know, Percival's got a heavy spicy musk. This doesn't have all that spice and fruitiness and stuff going on. This is more citrus, watery, clean musk with a little bit of zest. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, for the money, man. That's fair. Yeah, you can. You definitely can. Like 150 to 200, you can get some high quality shit. You get some really good fragrances. Hell, over 100 opens up a whole new world from discounters. $100 to $200 price range opens up a whole new world where this is too basic for the price point. You know, it smells like it could be a $70, $80 designer. Like a little bit disappointing from Chanel because they went really, really safe. Like, again, it smells great. I just feel like they went too safe. Like, did we need this? I mean, we could say that about a lot of designer releases. I get it. Did we need this? But from them, like, I feel like in this line, it's probably the one I would rank the lowest. I wouldn't rank it over Edition Blanche. I've only tried the EDP. I never tried the EDT. I 100% wouldn't rank it over the Cologne or Eau Extreme. And I don't think I'd rank it over Sport. I've never tried the original. Shame on me. Allure Homme. So I don't know with that one. But I hear it's a classic. So I would assume I would probably feel stronger about that one, than I do with Superleggera. Yeah, Cosmic, for that pepper goes the extra mile for it, for sure. Dude, you don't even need anybody to clone it. You have a fragrance that smells like this. If you have any of these 6, it's similar enough. Does it smell that much like a Ventus cologne? Not really, but there's an argument for some relationship. But like, it's mainly these top 3 and a little bit of Sauvage. But it's mainly these top 3 because these top 3 all tie to this one. These 2 tie to this one. Superleggera ties to this one. This is Allure Homme Sport. We're talking about Allure Homme Sport Superleggera. It's actually a more simplified version of this, I find. It's personal thoughts, you know.